6 lessons that we can learn from the TEF 2021. In the last video, we talked about the numbers as it pertains to the 2021 Tony Elumelu Foundation announcement that was made on Friday 12th of November 2021, and we looked at the numbers in terms of the number of winners, the number of applications, and we talked about the female involvement, we talked about the sectors that were involved, and also talked about the stages in business, especially as it pertains to ideas. We also discussed the partnership that the Tony Elumelu formed in order to be able to make that successful, as well as the impact the Tony Elumelu have had in the last 6 years of its commencement of the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program. And in this video, we're going to talk about 6 lessons we can learn from all of that, especially the announcement and the 2021 TEF Entrepreneurship Program. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Gabriel, and in this channel, I share insights that help African entrepreneurs start, grow, and thrive. I share ideas and tips and hacks for starting and growing your small business. I also share ideas on how you can grow your revenue, the revenue for your business exponentially, and we discuss strategies for generating consistent streams of customers, as well as business development skills for the 21st century entrepreneur. We also discussed business funding ideas like this, what we're doing today, and insights, updates, and opportunities for African entrepreneurs, right? So let's get right into it. And if you're new to my channel, I welcome you warmly. Please hit the subscribe button and put on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know each time I post a new video. And also like this video so that other entrepreneurs like you can be able to see this on YouTube and also watch it. So back to the lessons that we learned, the 6 lessons that we learned that we can learn from the Tony Elumelu Foundation's 2021 cohort, right? So the lesson number 1 is for all of Africa, businesses, government, especially funding organizations and all that, should emulate the Tony Elumelu Foundation, the Tony Elumelu himself, in showing faith in African entrepreneurs and African ideas. Now, the concept of idea is almost neglected in Africa. In Africa, especially in Nigeria, which is where I have all of my experience, So when you approach funders or investors with ideas, you rarely stand a chance of winning unless you really explain yourself over and over again. Nobody shows faith in your idea. They want you to, get to work with that idea and get it to some stage when they see that there is a traction already, and then they'll be able to invest in you. But not a lot of people are able to do that. So that meaning that a lot of good business ideas, a lot of innovative and creative ideas are being dashed every day in Africa. Meanwhile, we are suffering economic hardship, we are suffering unemployment, and some of these ideas are being quashed. Every government in Africa or governments in Africa are saying they are driving towards economic growth of Africa because we are of course running closer to that 2050 prediction where Africa will become almost the largest the most populated continent in the world, right? And that brings a lot of problem when it comes to food and especially unemployment, which is where the business comes in. So that the Tony Elumelu is inspiring African entrepreneurs by showing faith in ideas. So it means that African entrepreneurs who have ideas can have faith again that of course there's an opportunity for there's someone who can listen to me, and if my idea is innovative enough, if it makes sense, I'll be able to get funding to be able to start it. And nothing is good enough. Nothing can make you more happy or happier than seeing that little idea you have in your head is able to concretize. All right. So that is what Tony Elumelu has done, and it has demonstrated. They have demonstrated it this year by offering almost more than 3,000 opportunities to ideas, to businesses in the idea stage, like the businesses that have not started and businesses that have just started, which is almost like ideas. Probably maybe those were ideas in 2020, and then in 2021 they have been able to start them a little bit. So but that is very significant, and that is a lesson that all of us should be learning. Lesson number 2 is building collaborations and partnerships, right? So what the Tony Elumelu has done over the last 6 years has surpassed its own target of 10 years. So it's targeted to have impacted 10,000 entrepreneurs by 2025 from when it started in 2015. But this year, 2021, after giving this 4,949 grants, the Tony Elumelu Foundation has now given more than 15,000 entrepreneurs seed capital of $5,000, and it has been able to achieve this through partnership, through collaborations with more than 6 international business organizations, development institutions, and all that. So partnership can make your dreams come true. Partnership can make you succeed more than beyond your expectations. So it is the key to your success, whether you're an entrepreneur or government or any other person or an individual, could be in your openness to collaborate and partner with people or individuals or institutions of like mind. So you see what Tony Elumelu said here when he made this post listing European Commission, UNDP, Google, DEG, the German Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation, and Semes City, International Committee of the Red Cross, as well as Indorama Ventures as its key partners in order to in achieving this. So these people have all partnered with Tony Elumelu Foundation in order to achieve what we are seeing today as monumental achievements. So let's look at the lesson number 3, which is women being the future of impact in Africa, right? So currently, there's a lot of negligence we have always been seeing, but of course, things are coming up a little. But in this year, the Tony Elumelu Foundation has demonstrated that, well, faith can be shown to women, that we can. This is actually possible to bring women to the forefront of development in Africa, of economic empowerment in Africa. All right, so letting women to drive is also something possible. So in our politics, in almost every aspect of our development and of our life in Africa, women are neglected. Women are taking the backseat, right? So of course, not always. We have to commend Rwanda and what they are doing with more of their legislatures now women than men. All right, so and this is what Tony Elumelu is doing this year by giving more opportunities to women, and this is to drive inclusiveness and gender balancing in the private sector, which is where the Tony Elumelu Foundation plays, and also in order to do gender mainstreaming, to increase gender mainstreaming efforts of the international communities like the SDGs, the UN through the SDGs, which is the core part of the sustainable and development goals, which has been on and on all along, gender equality and inclusiveness. Now, there's also the projection of impact that women businesses have over men businesses. So despite the fact there are less businesses owned by women, we see that in the micro sector women play a lot of role, and most of these businesses owned by women in the micro sector have had very significant impact in especially community, in family life, in terms of healthcare, in terms of education, in terms of feeding in the house. So you see that some of these businesses, so this is why opportunity is being given to them through the European Commission, and of course through what the Tony Elumelu Foundation is doing itself. So this is why we have this very significant amount, and this is the first time that females are more than male in the Tony Elumelu Foundation grants opportunity, right? So let's get to the lesson number 4, which is now specifically talking to entrepreneurs. So looking at what has happened this year, if you're an entrepreneur who applied last year who wants to apply in 2022, you need to look at this number. 74% of the people who got this grant this year are businesses in the idea stage. It means that they have not had anything on ground yet. It means that these businesses have only moved from the head to the paper, probably because of Tony Elumelu Foundation through the training period. Through the last 8 months, they have probably moved from the ideas in their head and to something concretely written on paper, but nothing has been put on ground. So if you have an idea, if you're an idea stage entrepreneur, you need to have confidence in the fact that someone is willing, someone like the Tony Elumelu Foundation is willing to listen to what you have to offer. So all you need to do is to make sure that your business is innovative and creative enough and convincing enough to someone and to be able to scale through. So just do that and see what how much chance you stand. Lesson number 5 is the game number, which is what is most one of the most important lessons you can learn from here today, and it's really intriguing. You see the game here, the number versus the future. Wow. So we know that 75% of startups in Africa fail in their first 5 years and 85% in their first 10 years. Now, this is the reason why banks, this is the reason financial institutions, governments, like I said at the beginning of this video, are shy away from giving ideas, giving startups and businesses that are just in the idea stage funding. Why? Because they are afraid of failure. Believe that majority of them could fail, right? And which is a possibility. But what they do not consider is the 15%, the 25% that survive after 5 years, the 15% that survive after 10 years. How much impact would that 15 and 25% have had on the economy, could have on the economy? They neglect that. So because of that, you see that this number is thrown away. And what does this mean for the nearly 5,000 2021 TEF winning businesses? It means that by 2023, we would have about 742 of them could still be in operation. 742 of these businesses could still be in operation. So there's a possibility that 742 of these people will still be in operation. And if, say, these people are able to employ at that stage 5 to 10 people, when you multiply 5 to 10 by 742, you see the number of employment that these businesses could create. And if you multiply this number by the next 10 years, and let's say the next 4 years that Tony Elumelu Foundation will guarantee they are going to still be giving grant, you will see that multiply by 5 the number of years. That number you multiply by 5, that's the number of employment that these businesses can do. So imagine that all the governments in Africa, all the governments in all 54 governments in Africa, are able to invest 50 to 200 million dollars in funding startups. What number would this be? So that's how governments in Africa, the funders, investors should be looking at this, not the number that goes away, and how much impact these ones could have. And let's take this analysis further. So if we have in the next 10 years, if just 1% of these people who got this grant this year, become big businesses. By big business, I mean they are employing people. They have employment capacity of over 20 to 25 or above. So if that happens, there will be 50 of these big businesses. So again, imagine that every government in Africa, 54 of them, is able to make this kind of investment and have every year 50, every year 50, every year 50. In the next 10 years, we would have 50 times 10, 500 big businesses in Africa. And how much people would they be employing? We will be significantly talking about a significant reduction in the number of unemployment that Africa would be having as at that time. So that is how important this could be, and that is a lesson we all should be learning from the Tony Elumelu Foundation. And the last but not the least lessons we can learn is that we need to leverage from what we have learned, especially if you apply the 2021 TEF. Leverage the lessons you have learned in 2021 against 2022. It is Henry Ford who said, "Failure is an opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." You can try and fail, but if you keep trying, if you keep improving in your trial, you will eventually succeed. And those are the 6 lessons that we can all learn from the TEF 2021. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first to see when I post a new video. Thank you for watching this video, and have a wonderful day. See you in the next video.